Hi everyone. So here I got a very special guest with us. We have Khushi Gupta with us, and she has cracked CAT this year, and she has finally made it to IIM Bangalore Business Analytics program. So congratulations, Khushi. I think it's a dream come true, I believe, right? So how are you feeling right now after getting selected to IIM Bangalore?
I'm very elated, and most of all, I'm so relieved that I finally made it into IIM Bangalore, which is like very prestigious college. So yeah, it's a very refreshing feeling.
So Khushi, this was your second attempt, right?
Yes.
So what happened last year, and what did you change this year so that you could make it to IIM Bangalore?
Okay, so yes, it's my second attempt, and last attempt I scored 96 percentile, but I couldn't get calls from the blackies as they say, and last year too I converted IIM Rohtak, and
Okay, so you got admission IIM Rohtak last year. Okay, so you have taken a big risk.
Yes.
Isn't that?
It was a very massive leap of faith, and it underwent a lot of questioning and self-doubt whether I will be able to do it or not, or was it a right decision or not, because leaving an IIM
Yes, absolutely.
to start from scratch everything, it was a big decision, but I'm glad that I made that leap of faith and did what I did to reach to IIM Bangalore.
Oh, that's great. I think sticking to a belief, right?
Yeah.
That's very important. I also believe in faith also and karma. So yes, it was a big risk, but it paid off well. So congratulations and kudos to a spirit. So Khushi, now tell me what new things you did, like when you went for last year CAT and this year CAT. So what was the changes that you brought in yourself? You would like to tell something?
Okay, so after giving CAT for the first time, I realized that most tricky section is LRDI, because no matter how many sets you practice, it's the last day's set that counts. So I made a plan that to practice all the difficult set that I couldn't do while attempting the mock, and within a time frame like 20 minutes or 15 minutes, so that even if I am faced with the most difficult CAT set, I can able to crack it, and if I'm not able to crack it, I can quickly switch over. That was my strategy, to play with time efficiently so that I can score well in LRDI no matter how difficult the questions I'm faced with.
So I think the lesson for us is, like, even if you get stuck in one of the sets or you have chosen wrong set, you need to be flexible enough to switch over and go to the next set. I think that worked for you,
Yeah.
right?
And
So this year CAT, like, which section you found it the most difficult one for you?
I don't know how it happened, but for me, VAR section was difficult, because initially when the paper started, I was into too much pressure and I couldn't attempt the questions or read the RCs properly. But I gave myself a 30-second break. I drank water and took a deep breath, and then I pursued, and I scored well in VRC.
And what is your score in VRC? Like, how many questions did you attempt in VRC?
In this CAT, I scored the lowest. I mean, yeah, I attempted the least question that I've ever attempted in VRC. Luckily, I was good and I am accurate. So out of 14 questions that I attempted, I got 12 right.
Oh, that's great. I think so the lesson is, like, even you fumble in the beginning,
Yeah,
right,
you can
you
make it
strongly came back and then you did well. I think that's a lesson for all of us. And I mean, CAT is like that. Everybody or anyone can fumble, but it's the ability to come back strongly is very important. I'm sure you're the best example for that. Like last year, this year you came back even more stronger. That's a lesson to learn for all of us. And so Khushi, like, tell me more about your background, right, from where you come from, what your hobbies, like what you like doing. So if you can share.
In my school days, I was a very average kid, and in 10th and 12th, after a lot of family pressure, I did score well in 10th and 12th. But then I pursued BCom from PPN College, which is in Kanpur.
Okay.
And in my third year, I decided I wanted to do something bigger, and so I researched about a lot of careers, and then I settled that this is the right path for me. So I started my preparation for CAT in the year 2022 and gave CAT in November 2022, my first attempt, and then the second attempt. But yeah, it has been an incredible journey, and I'm proud of the decisions that I made throughout this journey.
Okay, that's wonderful. So did you join any coachings or?
Yes, I did join the coaching in February 2022, IMS coaching, and yeah, it is one of the decisions I'm very proud of because the mentors here were incredibly supportive. Even when I decided to quit a good B school, they were supportive and they had faith in me that yes, I can do better, which is all that counts. And the mocks here are very similar to CAT, which help me analyze the mistakes that I've been making in the past year and how to correct them. And also, sometimes while you give mocks, you just get burnout and you can't score. So, talking to the mentors is very refreshing. That you get to know it's okay to have some bad scores. There are good days and there are bad days. So, just let go of the bad days and then you can achieve the good days too.
Okay, so I think giving mock is a kind of journey of ups and downs. Someday you score well, someday, but it's more important is to continue and persist and then try to give your best effort. So Khushi, how many mocks did you give this particular year?
I would have given 100 plus.
100 plus mocks.
Yeah.
My God, I don't believe that. So how much time? Like every day you used to give mock? Is that way?
Every 2 days I would give mock, and even if I gave mock, I would analyze the earlier given mock and.
So I would like to tell our student, like, how did you analyze your mocks? Because I think analyzing mock is more important than even giving the mocks, isn't that? So like, how much time did you spend in analyzing the mock, and what was the process? If you could share with our student, I think they will.
So after I give a mock, I wait for a day and then I revisit the paper, set the timer and give the paper again. And then match that how many more questions I could have attempted, but I couldn't because of the pressure, whatever reason. And also I see that which are the questions that were easier and I couldn't, reach a solution because I was too stuck in my ways. So that's how I analyze my mocks so that I can write the mistakes that I make and not repeat them in the next mock. That's how you grow and learn from your mistakes.
Okay, that's great. So I think you first revisited and gave the complete mocks. Then you analyze whether your selection of the question was right, or you could have attempted some more questions that unfortunately you did not choose, right? And third one is possibly analyzing all those questions which you got incorrect and try to revise. Is that way?
Yeah.
Okay. Apart from giving mocks, what are the other things that you did? During, because this was second year, so there was no need for going revising the. I'm sure revision of concept is important, but going back and solving each and every question is not the right way. So what else did you do apart from giving mocks?
I think in MBA life, it is also important to build a profile. So I enrolled myself in some online courses that would help me build my profile, and I also did some internships that could strengthen my resume and also would explain the gap year that was after not getting into the college. So that was my main focus, that not give too much attention to CAT, but also be balanced about profile building.
So guys, I think very, very important point Khushi is making. Like lot of have this misconception कि अगर मैं अगले साल CAT लूँगा तो मेरा एक साल का gap हो जाएगा. But I would say you need to invest in yourself, I believe, right? By doing a lot of right internship, profile building programs, you have invested and developed your persona as well, right? And that has helped you to get a much better B school as compared to last year. So I definitely say that profile building is very, very important, right? So if you want to suggest, if you like, what are the online courses that helped you and what are the kind of skills that you built through those courses? If you would elaborate it, even our student or the coming aspirant will also know better about this.
Okay, so I talked to the friends of mine which were in a good B school, and I got to know that knowing Excel and the PowerPoint is the basis of any B school. So I firstly enrolled myself to get to know about the Excel and the PowerPoint. Then gradually I moved on to R and Power BI, which are the latest tools that the companies are using and asking for. So I invested my times into those aspects, and also I had an inclination towards finance, so I also did a financial modeling course to strengthen the profile and my claim that I have an interest in finance.
And surprisingly, Khushi, as I know that you're not from maths background,
No,
you're
I'm not.
BCom,
Yes.
but getting into business analytics program from Bangalore, because I'm sure BA program requires good mathematical skills.
Yes.
So what went in the interview? Like, I'm sure they would have tested you much on your maths. So how did you prepare?
My Bangalore interview experience was straight out of a Bollywood movie.
Oh.
I gave an interview. It lasted for about 15 minutes, and we talked about finance, stock market, the statistical tools that are there, and how do you go about comparing India's economy with China's economy. But at the end, I concluded that China is a better player than India.
Okay.
So I was very nervous that maybe I put in the wrong thoughts that I'm, choosing China over India. So I left the campus. I was in the campus nearby, and I got a call from admission office that I need to come back to give the interview. I said I have already given the interview. So they called me back and they took my interview again for 5 minutes, and they saw in my mark sheet that I am not from a mathematical background, and they were surprised as to how I could tackle those questions related to finance and the stock market so easily. So they asked me some follow-up questions regarding mean, median and mode, which I was prepared. And that's how I got into IIM Bangalore.
Oh, that's pretty interesting. I think your journey is quite amazing. I'm super excited to know that, because it's rare that interviewer would call you again and cross-check and ask questions. I mean, that's where destiny works.
Yes.
Okay. So now, Khushi, any specific advice you'd like to give to further CAT aspirants who are going to appear for CAT in 24 or 25? What are the advice you would like to share with them?
I would like to advise them to give mocks, and not just mocks giving. Just analyzing is the major part of giving a mock. Like, you need to write down the mistakes that you are making so that you don't make it in the future mocks. That's what I did, and that's what worked for me. And also not getting demotivated by the low score, because I remember the last mock that I gave before CAT, I scored 0 in DILR.
Oh my God.
0.
And so how did you cope up with that?
I don't know, like, I had faith because I've given so many mocks and I have scored well. So I just told myself that some days they are good days, some days they are bad days. And I told myself that whatever could go wrong was going wrong. So now there is no going wrong.
So
Everything's
I think your CAT mocks and journey was quite a roller coaster, right?
Yeah, it
so
was.
Suddenly from 0 you have become to a hero, I would say that way. Great, Khushi. It was really nice talking to you. Anything else that you want to share about IMS, like your journey with IMS? So what are the key things that you gained from there?
So IMS helped me a lot. Like, I was not this confidence and this self-assured person before I began my CAT journey, but after rigorously practicing GDPIs and the mentors here helped me get out of my comfort zone and actually express myself even if I was wrong. So that is how you build confidence, and that is how you grow as a person too. You need someone to push you out of your comfort zone, and that was IMS did for me, because they knew my potential.
Even if I remember as a mentor with you, I think you were the only one the first year you solved each and every question of IMS books, right? So we were giving her example like you have to study like that way, because in the beginning when you came, we saw that you are a more of kind of average student, but slowly the way you picked it up, I mean, hats off to your journey, because the kind of commitment, the kind of dedication, the kind of focusedness you showed is commendable. I believe that is what has led to your success, right? And I'm sure that you will continue with the success even with more zeal and intent, right? So all the very best, right?
Thank you, and all the best to all of you. May you ace the CAT too.
Yeah.